Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Power Plays Palace. I'm your boy Jay Boogie, and I'd like to say again, good morning. And let's get into it. We're gonna be looking at our spy chart today, so let's get into it. Uh, Ooh boy, look what happened this morning. We got a little jump into action. Look like SPY gapped up today. Yeah, it gapped up about $6. The pre-market. And Friday, you see, it was pretty consistent after the pre-market run up. It kind of stayed in the one place to the end of the day where you got some pullback. So it was in a pretty tight range all day Friday. But this morning, we got some action, real breakout here. So let's look at the chart from Friday. It was in a tight range all day. So when it broke up in the pre-market, Friday, when it broke up in the pre-market, the 6, 7, and 8 area, it kind of stayed in that area. It didn't go there. And then at the end of the day, after it rejected there, you got a nice little pullback. So Friday was an okay day, but it wasn't a real good safe day to do a lot of trading if you was gonna look for no range, because there wasn't a lot of range. So, but today we got a gap up, so we're gonna see how that work out, and that's for sure. So welcome back. We're gapping up above last week high, the solid overnight. The pre-market is holding between 682.13 and 683.24, which means that buyers have control right now, but we need to see if that strength holds up once the volume hits at the open. So let's look at my levels for today. Like I said, on Friday, SPY topped out at 678.45 and bottom at 675.65 before closing firm into the bell. It's a nice little window there to make a couple dollars, I guess, if you was still in it by that time of the day watching it. Now we're open about 5 points higher than that, so we sitting above that range, and that's a classic gap up. So we want to be careful. So what we want to see is if the buyers would defend the gap and extend up, or would the gap get filled back down before pushing higher. And so we're going to look at the 682, 683, and that's where the day's bias would be decided. Now, as you can see, my first breakout would be above the pre-market high. If SPY can break and close strong above 5-minute candle above 683.24, then you probably want to go long, which we will, between 683.30 and 683.60, with the stop loss going below 682.80, with my target price being 684.50, 685.75, and 687. And that's just the momentum continuation. And so you need to watch the volume and all that, and make sure that you get a good close on your calendar, because that, how that calendar closes matters. Now for setup 3, which is going to be for my bears, I'm looking for a rejection short near 683, 683.50. If we push into 683.50 and fall from there, or we fail to hold, we're going to look to short that zone with a stop above 683.80 and targets at 682.40, 681.80, and 680.50. And we're going to watch for the lower patterns or the weak closes on the 5-minute candle. That's going to kind of confirm it. If it's moving up and those candles start closing with weakness, wicks at the top, stuff like that, what we're going to look for is that's where you see the sellers coming in to take over. So we definitely want to look at that. So my opening zone is going to be 682 to 683, and that's the decision area. And I'm going to wait for a 5 to 15 minute close with volume before entering. Stops are tight and structured base, and there's no random risk. And I'm going to scale out at 25-33%, probably at each target. And that way, you can take profit on the way up, and you can keep a couple runners. And gap ups, I would be careful at the open to see if it retests before it moves up. So that's my SPY trade plan for Monday, October 27th. Anything above 683.24, that means the bulls in control with targets towards 685 and 687. And you know, below 682, we could see a quick gap fill back down to 679 and 678. And so that's what we're going to do now. This is my ideas. This is not financial advice. So trade your plan and stay disciplined and don't fight these levels. Let them come to you. Now, if this video helped you prep for the day, hit that like button, drop your levels in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Power Plays.